Today's guest is Brandie Janow, a designer from Tennessee who's been living and building a career in Saudi Arabia since 2008.
I've heard that you have like a Tennessee accent, and it's good to hear it in person.
I do have a Tennessee accent.
I love it.
I love it. I love it.
I love meeting people from different backgrounds and different places, so I loved it. DC's filled with Saudis. That's it. We have hot spots in America where Saudis are everywhere.
Yeah.
If you go to my Instagram handle, it's Smuug.
Yeah.
And so people will always be like, what does Smuug mean?
How did you find being a designer in Saudi? Like, what is that?
I find being a designer in Saudi amazing. The work that I do now here in Saudi, I often think, how will this translate anywhere else in the world?
Then you started the Riyadh Coffee Club.
Yes. I forgot about the Riyadh Coffee Club. You really did your research. Oh my gosh, it was so full.
Really?
It was so full. There were so many people there. And the thing is, it never felt one-sided.
And then you launched Kingdom Creatives in 2022.
Yeah. Saudi loves WhatsApp groups.
We're in so many. I'm kind of like so many messages, and then you don't know what's important and what's not because you get so many notifications.
I know. I've always been someone that loves mixing design and science. Younger Brandie was very hasty, very sassy. You know, I hear people say, I'm passionate about marketing. I'm like, I'm not passionate about working, you know?
Today's guest is Brandie Janow, a designer from Tennessee who's been living and building a career in Saudi Arabia since 2008, before design was even part of the conversation.
She's the founder of Kingdom Creatives, which I'm a part of, and has helped Saudi organizations see design as thinking, not just decoration or I don't know what they thought. Her story is about patience, credibility, and growing alongside a country in change.
We talk Saudi then versus now, creativity behind the scenes, what really matters as the country keeps moving fast, and what it really takes to succeed as a woman in Saudi.
Let's dive in with Brandie. Welcome to Inside Saudi.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's good to meet you ladies finally.
Yes. It's so good to meet you. I have heard that you have like a Tennessee accent, and it's good to hear it in person.
I do have a Tennessee accent.
I love it.
I love it. I love
Thank
it. Do you love it?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm proud. Everybody is,
Yeah.
I guess, proud of where you come from.
Yeah.
I love my culture a lot, so I'm proud to carry this accent around and let everybody know a little piece of it.
Yeah. I feel like there's some people who move abroad and like their accent shifts.
Yeah.
So I am Canadian.
Yeah.
I moved to the UK, and I have some Canadian friends who moved and they like adapted a British accent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does that happen?
Yeah, it's true. Actually, one of my best friends, she's Saudi and she married a British guy. Now
Yeah.
she has like a very posh London accent. And I was like, I can't, it's bothering me hearing you talk because I've known her for like over a decade, and to have somebody's voice completely shift to another, it's almost uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Let's go through a bit of history. So you were obviously born in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then did you go to school in the States?
Yes, I went to the Art Institute in Chicago.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. And then not long after that, I went to DC, and then I found myself in Saudi Arabia. And I've been here ever since. I've been here since late 2009 in Riyadh.
Yeah.
A long time. I always say that Saudi and I grew up together.
Yeah.
Because I came here, a lot of people come to Saudi for opportunities, and I came here just out of curiosity, which is a huge difference.
Yes.
Definitely.
And even with like other expats, my Saudi friends don't like when I say expat. They're like, you're one of us now.
Yeah.
But other people that have came here too, it's a very different, our personalities and the way we look at life and the way we look at even living here is completely different, because I didn't come here for opportunity. I just came because I was like, I need to know more.
Yeah.
And you're still here.
Yeah, and I'm still here. Now, the thing is that I've been here so long. I mean, I've grown up here, like I said, and it's become who I am. Like, my friends are here. Like, all of my friends are here. My job is here. My pets, which we spoke about earlier, are here. My car, like, my life is here. And sometimes that's really scary to move on.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, where do I go? I'm used to being here.
Yeah. Move on from Saudi? Or
Yeah. Like going back home, for example, or elsewhere.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But when you talk about going home, you're just going to visit. You're not.
Yeah. I go to visit. I just came back for home from the holidays, for the holidays.
So how did you even hear, like, because I feel like when I was in Canada, Saudi wasn't even on my radar.
That's a funny story, actually. Saudi also wasn't on my radar. I never had really even met any friends from the Arab world before. But when I went to Chicago, it was a melting pot of cultures, which I had never been exposed to. I mean, I didn't know anybody except other people just like us.
Yeah.
So it was it wasn't a culture shock, but it was good because, again, I'm curious. So I love meeting people from different backgrounds and different places. So I loved it. And yeah, whenever I went to DC, DC's filled with Saudis. We have hot spots in America where Saudis are everywhere.
Yeah.
DC, San Francisco, LA, funny enough, Oregon.
Okay, wow.
So there's all of these like spots in DC. I started making a lot of friends, and that's kind of how my journey ended up in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
So you just like chatted to them. You're like, "Okay, I like what you're putting out. I'm gonna go check it out."
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I mean, I got the opportunity to come, and I hadn't really got opportunity to go anywhere else. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to experience new things, and that was my first chance I got. So why not?
Totally. I know. I relate. I feel like when I started working, any place they were gonna send me, I was like, "Yeah, for sure."
Yeah, that's how I was basically. I was young and ready to explore the world.
Yeah. So you got here in 2008, and then
the end of 2009.
the end of
Yeah.
And then, so what did you do when you got here?
Well, life was very different then. I mean, I wish that I could like record like my mind and my memories and show people. Life was very different here.
Really?
I remember, for example, they used to have a store that like it had like burnt copies of like VCR tapes. You remember that? And that was like a store where you could buy like these burned copies of the the tapes, and so that was kind of popular. Things like that. I mean, like you would go to the grocery store in the morning. That's like where the Westerners would go. Like Friday morning is like here. Actually, I used to live in this area when I first came to Saudi, and the mall Granada used to be called Granada.
Yeah.
And they had a store there, Carrefour. And so that was like where everybody would kind of
That's
go.
our local.
Yeah, that was like the hangout. Seriously, grocery
Really?
stores were the hangout. Yeah, the first Tamimi that they had, that was kind of where people would go, like all the Westerners and things like this. So,
And you just like walk back and forth, look for someone to.
I mean, I didn't do it. I went there to grocery shop. I didn't go to hang out at the grocery store. Let's put that out there. But I mean, there wasn't a lot going on. But people still like, met up and had friends and did things and hung out privately.
Yeah.
It's funny watching the evolution of Saudi or Riyadh, since I live here. It's almost like a plant growing. Like you get a little plant and then one day it's grown and you don't even notice it growing. It's like having kids.
Yeah.
One day they're a baby and then one day they're big and you never notice this growth. It's kind of what it was like living here. Because people ask about like the changes or how it's different. And it's like, I don't know. I've been here, but you don't notice it. It just seems so natural.
Yeah.
Did it feel like when you arrived, did you feel like you kind of got used to it quickly and you kind of adapted, or?
I mean, it was obviously a different culture and a different place. Anybody that goes anywhere in the world, it's going to be, somewhat of a culture shock. For me, the culture shock was never bad.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty comfortable around other people. Like other people don't scare me or intimidate me. Different cultures, different religions. I enjoy those things.
Yeah.
So I never felt in a negative or a bad way. But yeah, it was still a learning curve. It still is a learning curve.
Yeah.
How did you feel like coming here, not knowing anyone, meeting people?
Excited.
Yeah.
I felt excited. I still love going places where I don't know anybody and making new friends. I have a lot of friends all over the world, and I would say that that's probably... I truly enjoy meeting interesting people everywhere that I go.
Kind of spontaneous, isn't it?
It's nice. It's nice to just meet people and to not know anything about them and them not know anything. It's kind of like pure, like a blank canvas. Like no one wants anything from you and you don't want anything from them. You just had a conversation and you're like, wow, you're interesting and I want to be like friends with you.
Yeah.
And then you go to other cities in the world, London, Rome, and then you have a friend and you're like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Let's go have coffee.
Yeah, it's that genuine connection.
Yeah, this is so beautiful about life. I love this part of life.
Yeah,
Aw.
lovely.
What's your star sign?
Cancer.
Oh, okay.
Or do you know all about what? Tell me what that means.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just feel
You were like, oh,
well. I feel
Yeah, it sounded
we
bad.
want to know.
I feel like cancers are like a little bit on the more like they're like from what I know they're a little bit more on the emotional side, like, and that kind of like you just said, like you really value that connection with people and
Yeah.
like that depth, like
Yeah.
I don't know, I could see it. I'm not an astrologist. I just wanted to
I know me either. I always ask people actually too. I'm like, what's your star sign? And
Yeah.
they tell me, and I'm like, oh, I don't know that. And then I'm like, oh, actually, I just know about mine.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I believe it. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
something fun, like
Yeah.
your colors or whatever. It's
Yeah.
something fun that people do.
Yeah, totally. So you came here, whatever, you're getting used to it. And then I have here mid 2010s. When did you found Smuug? You were here a few years before you founded that.
Yeah. So Smuug. Yeah, Smuug.
And what is that name?
So Smuug is just, I always like, the cute little refrigerators called Smuug.
Yes.
I was always obsessed with this brand.
Yeah.
And, my background is in design.
Yeah.
And I always loved it. And I loved how it was just little and cute. I've always loved like little cute to the point kind of names.
Yeah.
And so whenever I was researching about the name, it took me about a year to name it. And then I was like, I'm going to name it Smuug because Smuug is little and cute. And there's nothing called Smuug. Like if you Google Smuug, I'm the only person
Yeah.
that comes up, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing. And also there's another reason. So if you go to my Instagram handle, it's Smuug.
Yeah.
And so people always be like, what does Smuug mean? So in those early days in Riyadh, when Instagram and all this stuff just started taking off, women didn't use their names at all. So it was kind of like a private thing still, like for women to use their name. So
Okay.
everybody kind of had like these street names.
Wow.
And my street name was Smuug.
So interesting.
Yeah, it is so interesting. And then it's funny how it kind of evolved, but I've always kind of liked the name Smuug, and I kept it as my handle because
Yeah.
it kind of reminds me of those early days. But
Yeah.
so the brand Smuug, it was one of the first cultural and heritage little product designs that was out there. When I used to go to Virgin and all of these stores, at that time you would go, and there was nothing in
Virgin?
Arabic.
Is that what you said?
Virgin, like the store.
Do you know that
Like they
store?
have little products and
Is it kind of
books.
connected to the airline? Like,
I
think it
so. We
is.
have them on all the malls here.
Oh.
yeah, I think,
Oh,
I
okay.
think
It's kind
it
of like
is.
accessories.
Yeah, but it's
and
like
like
got all little
Bando, that
accessories,
brand,
yeah.
those kinds of things.
But it
are
has
there.
the same logo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same logo. I don't know if they're connected, but they look the same.
Yeah.
But so they sell cute little products and things for your house, or like, I don't know, just neat things
Yeah.
that people like. And you would go there, and there was at that time nothing in Arabic. Like everything was imported from the West.
Huh.
And I mean, I was kind of like, I was a young designer at that time. I was in my first country outside of the United States. I was taking everything in.
Yeah.
Like a little baby, like colors, things that I was part of, different things that people taught me, foods, like, like the Saudi kawa, for example. The first time I had it was on Saudi Airlines on my way to Saudi.
Yeah.
And I had never heard of this or seen it.
What did you say? Saudi what?
Saudia.
No, Saudi
Saudi kawa, the Saudi coffee.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the first time that I had that or those flavors. And so, this is an experience of culture that's already begun as soon as you got on the plane. And Saudi, by the way, they know this. They've started really rolling it out because they understand that this is the first touch that people have with our country and our culture. And so that's really, really important in the design experience of creating for tourists or, things like this. But yeah, Smuug was just kind of like all of these things that I had been seeing and learning about, and I really just wanted to get it out there because I always say that everything should tell a design story. Yeah. And I really liked if you would have like a little pin on or something and people would be like, what is that?
Yeah.
Because if you're not here, people are going to be like, what is that? If you're not like in the Arab world, people are going to ask what that is.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was so all beautiful and fresh and new to me and interesting. And so that's kind of Smuug's story.
Yeah. And then, so you did that for a couple of years.
Yeah, I did that for a while. And then obviously everybody take over and doing these things, which is great and what you want. And that's nice. And so, plus I don't have the time anymore.
Yeah. So is it still operating?
No. I stopped quite a while ago.
Yeah. And so then you went to a design consultancy.
Yes. Well, I've worked with them the whole time.
You still work with them?
Yeah. That was my little side hustle.
How did you find being a designer in Saudi? Like, what is that?
I find being a designer in Saudi amazing.
Yeah.
And still, even the work, I've obviously evolved. The older that you get, I always say that you stop designing.
Yeah.
you stop doing those hands-on things that you
Yeah.
do when you're younger, and you have to move on to different roles. But this is a great place for a designer to be. Like, for example, the work that I do now here in Saudi, I often think, how will this translate anywhere else in the world? I was just home for a month for the holidays, and I was thinking about all of these things. How does my job here translate to the American market, to the UK market, to any market? And it's almost impossible to translate because we are building a country.
Yeah.
And not who else is doing this? How do I talk about like working on a national strategy and doing research, creating the creative ecosystem? These are daily things that I do now. How does this translate in Dallas, Texas, or LA?
It's already
you know
developed.
what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's very hard. Sometimes this is scary for me because I'm like, well, where do you fit? And I was molded because I was so young. I kind of had this great time to be here where I was kind of shaped and molded into what they needed. And so now it's, and I love what I do. And I love being part of this. And I love creating all of these things for the next generations. And that's nice. But yeah, it's sometimes scary to figure out how that translates elsewhere.
So what is that when you say you were shaped and molded into what they needed? What is that?
The things like we were just talking about, like so my background is visual communication, which it's natural to go into design strategy.
What's visual communications?
It's like basically whenever you look at a design language, type, everything.
I see. Okay.
Basically everything. Yeah. So basically, strategy kind of is the same thing.
Yeah.
Now strategy is kind of a buzzword in Saudi, so I hate to use it. Maybe I should go back to saying visual communication. Yeah. But I work now mainly on research and things like this.
Research.
Yeah, research for the Saudi creative ecosystem.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's my specialty is the Saudi market.
Okay. So what are you researching? Like, what are you looking at?
How to make the future better for people, how to make the industries, the sectors, how to make them grow, how to make them sustainable, how to make it work for, the everyday architect or the designer that just graduated. So basically the system for the creatives themselves.
I see.
Wow.
Yeah.
So interesting.
It is very interesting and I absolutely love it. And it's scary to think like I'm not doing that because I love it so much.
Yeah.
And I've been shaped to do this because they needed that person. And so I kind of grew into that role.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the ecosystem they want to create for budding designers, this kind of thing?
Well, this is something really lucky about Saudi. They have a government that is really excited to give them a bright future and that wants to do things the right way. Not everybody has that. And they have this. So the government is really really sticking to making sure that future is bright and that they have everything they need. Obviously, a lot of times you have to artificially create a sector, you have to artificially create these things with a lot of money and a lot of different people that come in to do it, which is completely natural.
Yeah.
And again, they're lucky to have that. Not everybody has that, Sometimes you have to people have hundreds of years to do it.
Yeah.
But they're kind of on fast forward, I always say. And so, they have somebody that cares about what the future looks like, and they're bringing the best of the best to create that and to make sure that all of these people that are here right now building this, they're not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
They're building the foundation so that they can build the house later.
Yeah. So you or you still kind of on and off work for the Saudi design consultancy. Then you started the Riyadh Coffee Club.
Yes. I forgot about the Riyadh Coffee Club. You really did your research.
Is that kind of like the budding thought of what Kingdom Creative kind of became?
It's funny because the Riyadh Coffee Club is something that I started before Saudi was open. It was on the verge of opening.
When you say Saudi was open, like what do you mean?
Like this. Us running around like this was not okay. I mean, it was just, it wasn't acceptable because, you have to especially us as Western women, it's important to stick to somebody's culture to make sure that they're comfortable and you're comfortable, and just kind of abide by those things. So there was no mixing.
Yeah.
There was no running around in an outfit like this, or, because you had to respect. I think it's very important to let Saudis take the lead on these things.
Definitely.
And then when they did that, I'm like, okay, I'm free to kind of be myself a little bit more.
You're being respectful.
Exactly, absolutely. And you want to be respectful when people are hosting you and you're in their country. So it was always important to me and anybody I know. So yeah, the Riyadh Coffee Club. I used to think at this time, when was this? This was
2017.
Okay. Never mind.
That's what I have.
In 2017, exactly. So this was whenever we were like on the end of the closeness, and it was starting to open up. People still didn't mix at this time. Like all of the cafes, like Starbucks and everything like this, even restaurants, there was partitions around the tables. There was men and women's sections, family sections. Here in Granada Mall, like on the weekends, men could not go inside the mall.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's good. At least we got the hot times.
So it was a different world, but yeah. So there was a lot of cafes starting to open up at this time, because it is a cafe city. It's a coffee city. People love to go out with their girlfriends. They love to go out with their family. Even the guys like to go out and enjoy coffee together. It's just part of life in Saudi Arabia. And so, I started to think like, oh, all these cool cafes are opening up. Like, I would love to visit them all. And at that time, there were still like just a few that I could actually make that possible. Now it's too late.
It's
for
overwhelming.
that. They've taken over. Like, I could never visit all of them. So I just got this idea, like, oh, I'm gonna try to visit all the cafes.
Yeah.
And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I did that with other people that kind of want to do it, and like friends, like different cafes every time, and support the local cafes, and to just go there, market a little bit for them, raise awareness, have a nice time, and, on to the next one.
Yeah.
And we had a rule that you can't visit the same one more than twice.
Yeah.
So, the first one, we did it. And, I just put it, like, on my Instagram. Yeah. And I figured, I was like, no one's going to come. Maybe, like, my two friends that I forced to come. And oh my gosh, it was so full.
Really?
It was so full. There were so many people there. And the thing is, it never felt one-sided. It was filled with men, it was filled with women, it was filled with Saudis, and it was filled with Westerners. It felt like a heavy mix of everything, like a very even mix of everything. And I remember the cafe owners, they were scared because we were mixing. And some of the people were scared because we were like, okay, we're going to get into trouble. But everybody was kind of like, okay. Everybody was just ready to
mix.
They were ready. And it was almost like a natural evolution. I don't know if the people in the country were kind of aligned on it, but it just all felt very natural with the readiness of things. Yeah. And it was great. And then I remember people telling me afterwards, people were scared, and they're like, you might get into trouble, Brandie, for this, for mixing and everything. And I was like, well, too late now. We've already done it, And then we started doing it like every month. We would do one every month. And then it's always been nice. I still have it, actually. I just haven't had time. There's a lot happening. We're on fast forward mode in Saudi Arabia.
That is so true. Did you never got in trouble then?
No, absolutely not. Yeah. Actually, it was really popular. We started going to a lot of locals that had coffee shops or roasters. They started inviting us. They would give us freebies and coffee, and they started doing little talks, and they showed us how to the difference of roasting beans. So I know so much about coffee now.
Oh my gosh.
You could open your own coffee shop.
Yeah, I'm a coffee expert now because of the Riyadh Coffee Club.
That would be a good coffee shop, Smuug.
Yeah, Smuug, it actually would be cute.
I love Smuug. The name is so great.
Yeah, it is good. Has the coffee culture changed at all since it's opened up more?
It has changed. One thing that I noticed when I first came in Saudi, you never saw a lot of people like in the cafes early. It was much more of a night culture. And now, for example, you can go to like Dunkin' Donut and it's filled with like people.
Yeah.
So I think that is one of the biggest things that I saw shift is that, well, not just with the cafes, but in general, it used to be a night culture.
Yeah.
And now I see families out for brunch and everything. And it's come just like an everything, like all day, all day long, morning, afternoon, night. But Granada Mall, for example, it used to stay open until like 3 or 4 in the morning or something. Like, and that was like not in Ramadan. Like things used to stay
And there was
open.
lots of people there?
Yeah, things used to stay open really late. And I was like, oh, I love this. I'm a night person. But now that I've gotten older, I've become like the person that's sleeping by midnight. So I'm like, yes, we grew up together.
Why do people here stay up so late? Like, what is that about? Is it just because the summers are so hot and like?
Maybe, I mean, I don't want to I'm making this up,
Yeah.
so take it for a grain of salt.
Yeah.
It's just what I would imagine. I think that, people, it's a family society, very family oriented.
Yeah.
People work, people go to school. They probably take their little siesta afterwards and then probably just want to hang out with their family, have dinner and stuff like this. And maybe after their family time is over, they'll go out with their friends to do something.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I just don't understand when people sleep. I still don't know that.
I know.
Some people never do.
So you do that. You're still doing that a little bit. And then you launched Kingdom Creatives in 2022.
Yeah.
And so tell me about that. Like, what were you thinking? Like, what need did you see? Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So Kingdom Creatives started because I could never find anybody. I mean, I know that we have all kinds of creatives and talents here, but it was very hard. Like I needed a photographer. I was looking for a graphic designer and I couldn't find them. And we were always searching.
Yeah.
Like everybody would be like, I can't find one, or where are we going to find one that, we trust or that has good work? And I was like, I don't know. And I started thinking like, we need a community for us.
Yeah.
We need a place where we can, hey, I'm a graphic designer. Great. You're a photographer. I need you. We can just kind of like, help each other out. And this is like at the start of all of the big projects and everything. And we were like, well, how do we get involved in those? Like, how are we part of, stuff that's happening with MISC? Or how are we part of things that the Ministry of Culture is doing? Or how do we get to be part of the research or the focus groups? Or how can we get our paintings up in, one of the exhibits? And how do we do this? Everybody was confused and no one knew how to be part of things. And I just invited a couple people actually, and I thought it was just going to be like a handful, but then it started being like, hey, invite my friend. And now it's just like, now it's probably gotten too out of hand with with 1,000 people.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it started. Just the need.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a gap at the time that needed to be filled.
Yeah. And then so you do events and stuff with Kingdom Creatives?
Yes, actually I'm planning one for next Thursday.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I try to do something different every time because creatives get really bored really quick.
Yeah.
So like the last one that we had, I did like a white, like everybody wear white. We love a good theme, creatives. And so I had this idea to make I had like this long wood table and I put like the paper down and brought gloves and I was like, okay, everybody bring either like a cheese, a nut, a fruit, a bread, or a cracker.
Okay.
And we're going to make like a live art piece of a charcuterie board.
Oh, wow.
It was like this huge charcuterie board and everybody was so into it. People were like stacking. I mean, you have a bunch of like architects and like engineers and stuff, like everybody, it was so fun.
Yeah.
And so I always try to do different things like this.
Yeah. That's super cool. Yeah, I'm in it now as well.
Yeah.
Victor connected
Hope
me.
to see y'all
Yes.
at the next one.
Yes,
So you can tell everybody.
I know. I think I get overwhelmed by WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Saudi
like,
loves WhatsApp groups.
We're in so many. I'm kind of like so many messages and then you don't know what's important and what's not because you get so many notifications.
I know. I think I have like almost 300 unopened messages and I tell everybody, I'm sorry, I'm overwhelmed. I just gave up at some point.
Me too.
I think like my boss, I have like a special tone for her. So when I hear it, I'm like, okay, you need to answer that. And that's kind of how I move. And then I'm just like,
I know I've had to put some on snooze. Sorry.
social media, I don't even hardly even bother there. I'm like, I'm drowned in a long time ago.
I know. I think that is so true. Like, we at least notice it. Like, Saudi is, you said it's on fast forward. Like, I guess there's so much opportunity here. It's growing at such a fast pace. There's so many projects happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, and there's so many events happening because of that. So many WhatsApp groups. Like, it's so exciting, and it's also like overwhelming.
Yes.
Yeah.
You summed it up in that sentence.
I know it's a story of our life. We're so overwhelmed. Where do we go? Where do we go? What do we do?
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I always say. I don't think that people understand the speed that we are on, and it's become like my friends will do something very quickly. I always say #Saudi time.
Yeah.
Need it yesterday. So you got to get to it, but we do it.
Yeah.
And we're doing it like really good and clean, and I'm like, wow.
You just adapt.
We're amazing. Or like I like to say, mashallah me,
Mashallah.
mashallah us. My friends are like, you can't say mashallah to you. And I'm like, why? It's the best person to say
Mashallah
it to.
me.
Mashallah me.
I love it.
That's so funny.
Mashallah us.
You'll use it now. It's
Yeah,
a thing.
I know.
Make it a
I think we
thing.
will.
Oh my gosh. So, but that kind of doesn't make sense because like, I feel like the Saudi work culture is a little bit more balanced than it definitely was in the UK for me.
Okay.
But then things are moving so quickly here. I think it's like a little bit of we just do it. Like it's kind of that, like we don't think about it for a week. It's like, let's just meet tomorrow. Let's do it. Like whatever. That's at least kind of how I'm diagnosing it a little bit.
Yeah. I kind of like force myself to do things anymore because like we do so many. I was telling my boss the other day, I was like, how did I get into events? I was like, how are we all in event planning and management now? I was like, I did not study this. I did not sign up for this. Like, I feel like we're just always like planning events.
I think it just happens naturally here.
Yeah. And I'm like, and now I whenever there's all the things going on, I don't go to all of them because I'm like, I'm tired. I do that all day long. I just want to go to bed and like, what do they call it? Bed rot.
Yeah.
Put my pajamas on, get my little dog, watch Netflix. Like, I'm tired.
I know, I feel that way too.
But sometimes you get FOMO as well because you're like, am I missing out on something really cool that I could be attending and learning so much from, or, like taking something away from it?
Yeah.
Or,
you have the days. I went, like, for example, on Saturday. I had my whole day where I went to Diriyah. I went to Diriyah Art Futures. We saw their little exhibit. It's design and science, so it's right up my alley. Loved it. And then after that, went to a little talk with Scene Architects about their research. They're in the Biennale in Italy. So got to learn more about that, and then I went to like the VIP opening of the Sotheby's and got to see like some Picasso and everything.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I had a full day.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
like going to like Walmart and like getting everything you need for like a month. So you're like, oh, I don't have to do that for a while.
Oh my gosh.
You're just exhausted.
Yeah, it's like get it all done in one day.
Yeah. I feel like something I can't get my head around. So you, like, what does your design role look like? So now, up to now, I have that you're a thought leader on Saudi's creative economy. That's what I kind of have in my notes.
I guess that's a good assessment.
Yeah. And so now, what is it? So you're kind of like, you're finding the design approach for some of these big projects with the government? Like, can you...
Yeah. So I'll give you so I'm working with Rukon, and I will give you a little play-by-play of kind of what a day like that looks like. So for my year, I've already planned my entire year for 2026, and that looks like a lot of research.
Yeah.
I had an event that was in my head for about 10 years that I brought to the founder of our company. It's called The Knowledge of Design. That was when I first started with them a couple years ago, and we just did the second Knowledge of Design. Knowledge of Design is in the STEAM field. STEAM is something that I wanted to bring to Saudi. I've always been someone that loves mixing design and science.
Yeah.
Life-centric design. So the Knowledge of Design was kind of something like this. It's kind of like a platform where people come and talk. There's workshops, there's master classes. So that's kind of one of the main things that I'm doing there.
Yeah.
This helps Saudi in many ways because knowledge exchange, seeing how different industries and sectors work together, how they don't have to be separate, tech and science, math and the arts. So that's kind of my role in kind of trying to build that up here. But not only here, like I'm trying to now export that to the rest of the world. When you look at biennales, like we just talked about, or design weeks, somebody started that, you know. Now you can go to a design week anywhere. Design week is IP'd. So anytime somebody uses it, South African Design Week, Dutch Design Week, Paris Design Week, this is all like one company. So hopefully Saudi's going to be able to do this with the Knowledge of Design. I have a lot of plans. So this is a big project, and this is kind of what I'm working on. Lots of research come from this. I've done a lot of focus groups and research within the Knowledge of Design and the people that spoke there. These are the top Saudi-based. Being Saudi-based is always something important for me. For Kingdom Creatives, you have to live in Saudi to be part of there. To be a speaker in Knowledge of Design, you have to live in Saudi. So that's super important for me to have voices that are actually building these things, that know what they're talking about. This makes the research rich. We're able to document all of these kinds of things. Even within Kingdom Creatives, I document every 6 months. I kind of get people to fill out stuff. And so I'm actually creating an archive of documentation of the growth. So every 6 months, I'm able to tell you, this is job roles that we have now in Saudi. This is where the countries they're coming from. This is the genders, how they're raising. And you're able to see maybe a visual designer. For 5 years, there was never any. And maybe 1 year, there's 12 visual designers. So this kind of research is the things that I'm working on, trying to actually document and archive this for the country and for the future.
What is it that changes then? Like, what are the kind of job roles that are coming up and being more popular here?
Well, architecture is when it comes to the creative industries, architecture is number one. Let's see if it shifts. It's not just here in the Arab world, but in Asia as a whole. A lot of families might not want their kids to, be a singer or to be like a fashion designer. And there's a lot of people that want to do something creative, and architecture was always kind of that safe thing. Okay, you can be an engineer or an architect. So that's why it's very heavy in these regions. It's because of these kinds of things. It's great now. I mean, we have young graphic designers. We have young design strategists, young visual communicators. We have young everything. You can imagine any role in the creative industry now is there. But it wasn't always like this. So, these are roles that we're going to see 5, 10. I always say that 10 years in Saudi is probably, 10 years in the world is probably like a year or two in Saudi Arabia. So it's nice to witness these things and to see it and to make sure that the future is able to see all of these things. It's very important, the documentation, and the research is important because of the documentation.
What kind of things have like influenced your design style, like in living here? Because like I even feel like for me, like I'm a creative person. I'm not like and like living here just the last 6-7 months, like I don't know, like there's like certain colors I'm obsessed, like just like the Diriyah colors. Like I think that's a Pantone color, right? Like there's just certain things that I'm obsessed with just because you're inspired by where you are.
I think that was me when I was in Smuug. I think that was my Smuug phase. Now it's just like being at home, like with your kids or something. It's just like part of the accessories now. So I think I already kind of went through all of that. Now it's just like all normal and like home to me.
So because you've been here for 2008, so let me do the math. It's
2009. It's almost 17.
Okay.
I should stop telling people the number because people start like doing all kinds of math. And I'm like, okay, I should stop saying this.
That's crazy. That is such a long time to be here.
It is such a long time.
Do you I guess you do you have like a house that you rent? Like you probably like are so established here, like compared to.
I have a place, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a place. Actually, it's been this, I lived here in this area first, and now I'm living in another area kind of near the Minister of Interior. Just a little apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just me and my
It's
dog
just
and my
me.
2 cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like people, like Westerners, misunderstand anything around like Saudi design, Saudi creativity? Like,
I think everybody misunderstands design in every part of the world, except for maybe designers themselves. This is not a Saudi problem. This is a global issue. It's funny because, you know, whenever I was a young designer and I'm just starting my career, you automatically just think that you only think of the environment that you're in. Then you start growing. Now I'm on advisory boards with design colleges in the United States and in the UK. And so now I'm much more open and, you know, grown and a senior in my field, and I realized, these are all the same problems everywhere.
Yeah.
what are the problems? I feel like I have these problems when I work, like I'm in marketing and comms, and it's like, just like people don't value it basically. Like it doesn't feel like it's directly
It's like a bit
contributed.
underrated.
Yeah.
I think that could be one of the reasons. Just people, you know, somebody said in the Knowledge of Design, this Saudi woman that I've had speak at both of my events, she said, when we were doing actually the focus groups for the research that we're going to publish, she was like, the word design means something different to everybody. And I was like, that's absolutely true. Because I always get the question, like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm in design strategy. And then what is that? And I'm like, oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'm like, I'm a teacher.
It's easier.
It's just easy. And it's because it is so niche what I do. And it is so different. Like I said, it doesn't translate anywhere else. And so I often try to how can I make this sound like I'm not trying to just like,
make it up.
Like I'm not making it up, or I'm not just like trying to like, you know, do jargon or something like this, because I want people to understand, because it's nice. But it means something different to everyone, I've realized. So what can you do?
I feel like when I looked at your background, I think you must have said in some interviews or something that like with Smuug, you wanted to like take time here, like really understand. Like be here for some time before you started something.
I'm still like this.
Yeah.
My boss always tells me, Brandie, please just do something. Because I am, and it's what I've been trained to do in school, you know, and typically designers and architects, we're a lot like engineers in the way that we're a lot more creative and fun than engineers, but we still are very structural with the things like layers. And I am a self-proclaimed perfectionist. It means a lot to me, like what I put into the world, the way I speak, the way I make people feel, the things that I do. My work, I want people, when they get something from me, they're like, okay, I can trust this because Brandie did it. So these things, you know, maybe it's my American background of like this having to do things like, you know, in a certain way. It's my greatest asset and my greatest downfall at the same time.
What are some things that like you are like holding off on doing that like you should be like, or like you're kind of holding yourself back?
I hold myself back from doing a plethora of things because I'm constantly like wanting to do things. I love learning. I just graduated actually from Parsons this year. I took an advanced course, you're welcome, in design academia for future studies, design futures. And then at the same time, I got selected with a guy, he's actually a Mexican living in Paris, and he does design futures, and he's with Parsons, but this was a program outside of Parsons. And they chose a handful of change makers in the world, people that they thought were changing the world. And I got selected as one of them. And I was the only American. And so I did both of those programs, which were both intense side by side, and I'm graduated from both of them now. But these kinds of things, I just get excited to learn. I get excited to know more. I feel like futures work is a natural evolution from research. So what happened before and why we did it and how we grow. Okay, but this is what the future looks like. you don't have to accept this future. We've studied the future, and if you don't like what's coming, we can change it.
Yeah.
So that's something really nice. And yeah, I keep doing things.
Yeah.
I'm doing things all the time. I started like a research for biomaterials this week, and I'm just like, Brandie, stop.
How do you find all the time to do this?
I really love it.
Yeah.
It's just so enjoyable. I've always been someone, sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, there's so many things to learn. I don't have time.
Yeah.
And how do you stay focused on like the one thing?
I don't.
Yeah.
This is the problem. This is why we're having this conversation. If you have any tips, let me know.
Yeah, we're asking you.
No, I feel like constantly torn in like a billion different directions, and then like stressed about it, and like stressed about all the things that I'm like, need to do this, and this. And
I try to force myself. I'm Brandie, finish it before you start something else.
Yeah.
Finish it before you start something else. So this is why it takes so long. I guess also something with age, we get wiser, right? Mm-hmm. And so I guess I've learned, okay, if you're going to do this, are you going to be able to actually do it and to do it right and take the time to grow it and make it into something beautiful? If not, then don't do it. So a lot of us like, I'm not. And so there are things in my head that I want to do and that I want to change. So I do take my time. I don't like to be. Younger Brandie was very hasty, very sassy, would say things when I first thought them or make decisions when I first got it in my mind. Yeah. I'm no longer like this. I'm much more diplomatic, a product of your environment, I guess.
Yeah.
Learn to be more diplomatic, which is great because it teaches you to take the time to think more, to immerse yourself in the problem or the outcome. So yeah, I still take my time, but because I'm trying to make sure that it's something that I can grow to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Great tip.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I think, it's like, I feel like sometimes you almost like want to like work really fast to be like, things are changing fast. And if you're not fast, but then at the same time, like, if you can't make it really good. Yeah. I appreciate what you say about like, at least when you're doing something, people know it's like of a certain quality.
Exactly. And that's the thing too, is like, sometimes it's so easy to like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. But you have to think about outside. It looks sloppy. Mm-hmm. You look like someone that just does things constantly. Yeah. And when you do too many things, you start looking unsure about yourself, and people don't know how to take you, and you're actually giving yourself a disadvantage. Yeah. Like, sometimes I see people on social media and they are speaking everywhere. They're talking everything. They're being part of things that I didn't even know they had like a background in. And I don't really take them serious anymore because it seems more like some sort of performance. It doesn't seem like, okay, this person actually knows their craft well. Yeah. So I've tried to be very deliberate about saying yes to speaking or saying yes to projects or just saying yes to anything, even like my own little things in my head. Because of this, I want to be trusted with what I bring to the table.
And that's a lot of the time we talk about it as well, is about being intentional with what you intentional. Do.
Absolutely. Intentional, by the way, is my word for the year. I give myself, I don't really do like the whole like
vision board.
Yeah, like the list of things I'm going to do, but I do try to give myself a word. And my word this year is I get balance and intention. I don't want to work to live. I really want to live to work, or the opposite, sorry. Yeah. I just want to live more. Yeah. And sometimes, especially here when we come here to work and to build things, sometimes we get so caught up with careers or work. And even like, that's even what we talk about, like in our free time. Like I'll go out with my friends and all people talk about is work. And I'm like, please stop.
You just want to switch off.
I want to live. Yeah. I want to be more in the moment. I want to be more intentional. Yeah. I want to have a big life and a beautiful life. And you really have to know what parts of you to bring so that you're work doesn't overtake and drown everything.
And it's so easy to get caught up in those situations as
It's
well.
so easy,
you know?
especially in a place like this where careers are very important to people and everybody's like doing amazing things in their career. It's very easy to get caught up, and I'm trying to be more intentional with this.
Yeah, that's so true. I feel like having kids helps me in this because I feel like I could just like go down a rabbit hole, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have these kids I have to pay attention to.
Have to take care of them, keep them alive.
And so I feel like I've had the same reminder, like going into this year, I'm like, okay, like pretty much the same thing as you. It's just like, I just want to be like, this is what's important to me.
Yeah.
This is what's important to me. Like, this is also important to me.
Yeah.
But work can so easily take over everything.
Absolutely.
And so
just categorizing it, for important.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I got this thought a couple of years ago in my head, and I was like, okay, Brandie, like, you know, hopefully you end up living a long life and you're an old lady when you die, hopefully. And you think about if you were like there and you knew like it was the end of your time, what would you think about?
Yeah.
And I've really tried to put this into perspective of how I want to live. I'm not going to think about like the cool fashion shows or the VIP parties or events or, you know, that awesome outfit that I wore. But I'm going to think about my family, and I'm going to think about my memories, and I'm going to think about this beautiful trip maybe I took with my best friend, and we had like the best week of our life. And I'm like, there's your answer of what to focus on in life. You focus on what you're going to think about at the end of your life. And everything else is background noise. Sure, we have to work. You know, we need money. We need to survive. It's the way of the world. And if you get to do something that you enjoy, that's great. That's a good thing. I hear people say, I'm passionate about I'm passionate about marketing. I'm like, I'm not passionate about working. You know, I'm passionate about going to London and traveling, you know.
Filling the memory bank.
Exactly. I don't want work to be my passion. And it took me a long time to get out of that because when I was young, especially here, and I'm surrounded by, you know, amazing women that have done everything, you know, CEOs, they have their PhDs, they've done these things. And I love being surrounded by women. I'm a woman's woman. And I love being surrounded by these women. This is why I'm doing everything constantly. This is why I'm running, you know, to make sure that I continue to grow and learn. But I don't want to be that woman. Like I said, it's good to enjoy what you do. That's great. But I don't want that to be my thing. Like, Brandie, she was a good worker.
Yeah. You don't want it to be your main focus.
I don't want it to be. And it has been. So I'm going through a transition to make that less.
Yeah, wow.
What are you going to do to make it less? Like, it's basically just
maybe
a
I
choice.
should come back in a year and we'll talk about it.
Part 2.
The evolution of Brandie. Did it work or no?
I know. I have been, like, this year I have been, like, okay, like, spending more time with my kids.
Yeah.
Putting the phone down, like, whatever. In the morning, not starting my day with, like, okay, what's all my notifications? Though some days I do that.
Yeah, I'm trying. I deleted X. I deleted Facebook. I deleted Reddit. I have Instagram and LinkedIn now, and I'm like, my goal is definitely to delete all of this at some point because it's becoming...
Yeah.
It's an addiction, really.
It's an addiction, and it's a toxic addiction because there's just, the world's crying, and it really, you take that in and absorb it. And I'm an empathetic person anyway, and like a sponge, so something that I see can affect my whole day.
Cancer.
And it's, Cancer, exactly. Yeah. I'm a Cancer. I'm emotional. That's true. Maybe she is a professional horoscoper over here.
Her secret talent.
Yeah, secret talent. I'm going to go to the room. There's a crystal ball next.
She's going to read your palm when we leave.
But, it's just become... I don't find it a great place anymore. It used to be exciting, and again, maybe that's with age, and I don't want to be the person like that's out with my friends. And I have stopped all of this. The person that's out with my friends, that's like taping and taking pictures. I don't do this anymore. I don't get my phone out. I want to enjoy my trip. I want to enjoy my presence, and I want people to feel like I'm present and that my friend is listening to me and she's there. So I have been trying to do this more to keep the phone away, but yeah, I still am reaching in the morning, and that's my goal, is to not reach for that phone first thing in the morning.
It's so hard, isn't it?
But you never know what happened the night before.
Well, you get the
It's
phone to see
Saudi.
what time it is, and then you're like, oh, notifications. So you just start flicking
anything
through.
could have happened. This country's on fast forward.
It's
Who knows?
so fast-paced.
We might have had 84 businesses open since I went to bed. You never know.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I love it.
I feel like I feel like I've had a whirlwind
I know.
tour of like the design world in Saudi. Is there
I love
anything?
it.
Is there anything like, just ending on like recommendations? Like, I feel like you're very in like the scene here, like the art scene, the design scene, or even just like coffee shop scene. Like, any tips, places you have to
Fashion.
go, or even like
Maybe I've gotten over, my best friend is making fun of me because I have a McDonald's next door to my house, and sometimes they have like a deal where you can get, like, there was a time where if you went before 11 a.m. you got free coffee, and she's like, I don't like you. You're like, because I'll tell everybody at Kingdom Creatives, I'm like, oh, it's like $5 coffee for the week. And everybody's like, we don't want McDonald's coffee. I'm like, well, I don't care. It's next door and it's $5 and I'm getting it. So you might not want my recommendations for coffee is the point of this. Maybe I do need to get back into Riyadh Coffee Club.
My grandparents love McDonald's coffee. They think it's the best coffee.
Every Western grandpa loves McDonald's and Hardee's. My mama, like, her greatest thing is going with her friends to have coffee at Hardee's. Like, when I was at home, she was like, let's go to Hardee's.
Yeah.
Let's go have fun. And I was like, I don't want to go hang out at Hardee's. I swear we went, she has 7 sisters.
Yeah.
And so we went from our place where we live in my town to another town because they wanted to go shopping. I swear we stopped at like 3 or 4 different Hardee's. And I was like, make it stop. Make it stop.
You need to experience them all.
I don't want to anymore. I don't want to do this. But when it comes to the creative scene here, there's just so many cool things happening.
Yeah.
And also scary to one day go back home. Maybe I hopefully will grow out of going out, because I mean, it's hard to go back when you're so used to like going to all these cool events. I mean, the Sotheby's event, I got to see some beautiful Picasso pieces and Rembrandts, like, touch the frames, and what a beautiful experience with art diplomacy. Seeing the people, like, whenever I was there, they had this big piece. It was like a big red aluminum circle.
Yeah.
And so when you would walk by this piece, you would feel sick, like dizzy.
Wow.
Like it felt like your brain was being like your head was being smushed. And it had this thing, and for like, if you would stand next to it, you could hear like it sounded like people talking. So they said that all of the security guards thought there was jinn inside of this piece. And so we were standing there, and like, I was like, where do you hear the voices? Because I wanted to hear the voices. And the security guard, who's probably never been around these kinds of things at all, he was kind of showing me. It was so cute. Yeah. And I was thinking, and then one of my other friends who I brought, he was looking at the pieces, and when he would look at the piece, he would look at the year of their lifespan, and he'd be like, "Oh, this person," and I was like, "Why are you doing that? I've never seen anybody do that." But that's something so interesting about art, and this is why I said art diplomacy. Like, all of these little things that were happening among people, and talking and getting people involved that might not have never saw this piece or this art. This is what I find so beautiful about art. And there's all kinds of things. Jack's is a great place. They always have talks happening and cool performances and cool pieces. Diriyah. Art futures. They have a cool thing going on right now. I mean, Diriyah has just always been my favorite place in general.
100%.
If you look at Smuug, all of Smuug was created those early days based off Diriyah. Like the door, for example, the Najdi door, That is a picture that I took in Diriyah and I drew it. So that's an
Wow.
actual replica of a door that was once in Diriyah. The door's gone. I don't know where my door is, but I have the pin.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of things. And of course, Kingdom Creatives will always keep you updated.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. Do you have anything coming up? Any big events or anything? Oops.
We do have a lot of things in the pipeline with Rukon. We're going to be doing something really cool. One of my friends, her name is Sheikha Faz. She's in Kingdom Creative. She's a Kuwaiti princess. She
Just
was
casual.
on the scene. She was on the creative sector scene, way before anybody else was.
Yeah.
She's like the OG. We have tons of OGs here,
Yeah.
by the way. And so she was really doing the whole golf creative scene before a lot of people was. So, kudos to her. And she has something in Kuwait they call Kelmateen. And Kelmateen is about the creative sector. It's about policy. It's about business. It's all these great things. So we are going to be bringing that to Riyadh to have Kelmateen Riyadh edition, which I'm very excited about. I'll invite you ladies.
Yeah,
Come out and meet
thank you.
everybody and have fun. We have a lot of things like this. We'll have the Knowledge of Design happening again. We always wait until the end of the year because it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have Ramadan coming up.
Yeah.
Is it your first Ramadan here?
Yes.
Okay, it's lovely. We always do an iftar with everybody. The first 2 weeks of Ramadan are very family focused, and then after those 2 weeks, people start getting out. And they have their friends things like their girl iftars or their family, or they start inviting you over.
Yeah.
So it's actually a really lovely time. Life is paused, which is good for me. You can catch up with all of those things. You can use this. I use it even as a spiritual time for me to catch up, to slow down, especially 1 month during the whole year when we're a little
The
lighter.
pace goes back to normal.
Use it. Use that month. Don't let that month go wasted.
Yeah.
But it's nice. There's lots of great things coming up.
Good.
Wow, exciting.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
you for
It was so
inviting
lovely
me.
chatting to you.
Thank you. It was lovely to be here and to meet you, ladies. I love what you're doing. Keep going.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.